I'm meteorologist Justin Storm with your stormy weather update on this big end of the week storm. It's going to do some stuff and it will probably do some other things, but where is it going to do that and when is it going to happen? Let's time it out, take a look at the national view, and then zoom in up into the northern plains. With your stormy weather update, starts right now. All right, taking a look briefly on those advisories that are active right now. Red flag warnings are stretching all the way up into South Dakota as we have some very dry conditions out there. High wind watches are in effect throughout areas of Texas. It's going to get windy down there. Could be looking at wind gusts that do exceed 70 miles per hour, so that's going to be pretty nasty down there. And as well, some winter weather advisories and some storm warnings and watches going on up across the Rocky Mountains. It is just an active weather day, and we're going to continue to see this weather advisories and warnings being issued over the next day, and these are going to expand further to the east as slight and enhanced risks, or levels 2 and 3 out of 5 risk for severe weather has been issued for Friday. Take a look at this. Marginal risk all the way up into southern Minnesota with a chance for thunderstorms extending into North Dakota and up towards Lake of the Woods. We'll take a look at that when we zoom in towards the northern plains, but this will shift further to the east as we head into our day 4 outlook for Saturday, and even on Sunday expected to continue to bring that chance for windbags all the way into the east coast and the chance for severe weather. It is looking like a very impressive storm system. Short range models are now just picking up on the storm as we head towards Friday. Take a look at what rolls off the Rockies there, and as that low pressure plummets into the mid and lower 970s, as central pressure wise, that is equivalent to around a category 2 hurricane. This is going to be producing some very nasty winds, although it's not over water. It doesn't have the constant fuel supply, and because it's over land, it is dealing with friction, so our wind gusts are not going to be nearly as strong as a Hurricane 2 or a Category 2 hurricane, but nonetheless, those wind gusts could pick up upwards of 70 miles an hour. Let's zoom down here real briefly and just see what we're dealing with as we head through Thursday afternoon. Those winds really start picking up, and as we head into Friday, man, look at that, 60 to 70 odd mile per hour winds, and then these will fuel further into the central portion of the U.S. and then up towards the Great Lakes and the northern plains. And as that storm lifts further up to the north, we're going to see it mixing in with rain and snow and sleet and freezing rain across North Dakota, Minnesota. We'll see some showers and thunderstorms developing. And we'll also see a line of showers and storms likely developing throughout the Mississippi River Valley and then extending down towards the southeast and then east coast as we head through the next couple of days. Not only are we going to have to worry about the strong to severe storms off to the central and eastern half of the United States, but as this storm system works its way across the country, look at all of this dry air it is tapping into from New Mexico all the way up into Missouri, Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas. This is going to fuel with those excessive wind gusts to 70 miles an hour. That is going to bring fire conditions to those critical and extreme levels. So all eyes will be down throughout this area for a dust storm, uncontrollable wildfires potentially. The storm very almost identical in a way to a storm that hit a couple of years ago, and it produced a dust storm in a similar area, and it pulled dust out of Kansas, Oklahoma, and portions of Texas all the way up into Iowa, Nebraska, while severe thunderstorms and even tornadoes hit southern Minnesota and into Wisconsin in December. If you remember that storm, it was a beast, and this storm is looking very similar to it. Taking a look at this storm a little bit further past our short-range model, switching over to the European here, this is what the European model is expecting to as we head into our Friday evening and Friday night. This would be about 7 o'clock on Friday. We'll see a line of showers and storms, the model suggesting, extending from southern Minnesota and then developing down towards Missouri and Arkansas, and then that will continue to fill in towards the Gulf shore states, while we see some pretty good rain showers across the I-29 corridor, South Dakota, Minnesota, up towards Lake of the Woods, starting to mix in with some of that freezing rain. While that line of showers and storms continues to move off to the east, we'll start seeing more of that rain turning over to snow, mixing in with those strong winds, again gusting to 50 or stronger across North Dakota, and even the potential We could see some of that being freezing rain before potentially switching fully over to wet, heavy snow. Now, it also could not happen. I'll elaborate on that more. But as we head into Saturday, look what's going on down into the southeast. Another round of showers and storms are expected to develop throughout there. And as we continue to head through our Saturday and into Saturday night, and now Sunday morning, we'll continue to see that chance for rain and showers and storms all the way into the East Coast. Now let's zoom into the northern plains. This is our short-term model, and as we head into the morning hours, this will be about 10 o'clock in the morning, we're basically dealing with strong southerly winds in front of the storm, strong northerly winds on the backside with colder air. Going further throughout the day, most of our region is staying precip free. Now, this will likely change over the next couple of days, especially as the storm gets on land and we can actually get some real data by launching balloons into it. But we'll likely see a little snow mixing with rain and freezing rain across central, maybe western North Dakota if there's enough moisture provided. While we see rain and thunderstorms developing on the front side of the storm lifting into our region, most likely towards the evening. There may be a few showers or a couple rumbles of thunder during the day, but basically I think it's just going to be windy with an increasing amount of clouds, and most of the precip will be pulling in from the south and lifting up towards. Now switching towards our long-range model here, this is going to allow us to see a further duration of the storm, and this is the European model. So as I mentioned, there may be a few rain showers ahead of this. This is 1 o'clock on Friday afternoon, and as we head towards the evening, this is now 7 o'clock, about the same time period where we left off on the last model, we see those showers and some thunderstorms pulling up out of the south, some rain showers up in the valley mixing in with some snow, wintry mix most likely as you head into central North Dakota. Now, as we continue through the evening and into the overnight hours at 1 a.m., we're expecting this to start mixing in with freezing rain or sleet or snow in areas of South Dakota and North Dakota. This would be the area that it's going to happen in. If it's going to happen. If there's enough moisture, this is where it's going to happen. Well, most of this area, if not all of it, I should just say, is going to remain as rain and probably even some thunder and whatnot as we head through the overnight hours. But it will quickly start to mix in with more of that rain-snow mixture, and the European model is expecting this to fully turn over to wet, heavy snow by Saturday morning. I have my suspicions about this, and I think that this would probably favor more of a wintry mix, but we'll see how it continues to evolve over the next couple of days. So I think if you had to pick between dealing with freezing rain or sleet or heavy snow, I think most people would pick heavy snow. I don't like driving on ice. I'd much rather drive on snow, but we'll see how that turns out. If this does fully turn over to snow, this is going to be from the valley and over into Minnesota as it mixes in with strong wind into your Saturday morning and all Saturday afternoon. We just took a look at that 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts. I'm not real sure what's going on right here in Clay County, but you can probably just eliminate that and just assume it's the same as the rest of the area. It's going to be windy, and when you mix in snow, especially snow coming down at a good rate, it means you can't see what you're looking at 10 feet in front of you because everything is white. So we'll keep a very close eye on that. Quick moving storm system by the afternoon. The European model expects most of the snow to start lifting off into central Minnesota, and it's out of here by Saturday night. And those winds will start to relax as well. So that's our European model. The American GFS model is as well trying to bring some of those scattered showers up into our area through Friday afternoon, but look at it, pushes the snow much further off to the west. I think that that's a bit more on the unlikely side of actually happening, but for the most part it does continue to bring in rain, showers, and storms through Minnesota, mixing in with that snow and wintry mix. Just shifted a bit further off into central North Dakota as we head through Friday night. That then does pull towards the Red River Valley, and then mixes over to snow, fairly similar to what the European model was suggesting, from the Red River Valley and areas eastward into Minnesota. Throughout the afternoon, most of the snow again starts to pull off through Minnesota and then lifts up into Canada or north of the lakes